In the obsidian depths of the whispering wilds, where gnarled branches clawed at the blood-red moon, resided Amara, the Mirror Witch Queen. Hers wasn't a glistening glass palace, but a sprawling fortress carved from obsidian, its walls reflecting a distorted reality. Amara wasn't a woman of porcelain skin and flowing gowns, but a creature of shifting shadows, her true form hidden behind a shimmering veil of illusions. Legends whispered of her power, the ability to steal reflections, trapping souls within a mirrored purgatory. Once a human queen, corrupted by a shard of a shattered obsidian mirror, Amara became obsessed with capturing all beauty within her grasp. One crisp autumn morning, a young knight named Gareth, his face etched with determination, ventured into the wilds. News had reached him of a neighboring village, its inhabitants turned into lifeless husks, their reflections stolen. Gareth, fueled by a righteous fury and a deep love for the lost villagers, swore to vanquish the witch. Days bled into weeks as Gareth navigated the treacherous forest. He evaded monstrous vines that pulsed with an unnatural life, their thorny tendrils reaching for him like skeletal fingers. He outsmarted mischievous sprites who delighted in leading him astray, their tinkling laughter echoing through the dense foliage. He navigated mirages that shifted with every step, conjuring visions of shimmering waterfalls that dissolved upon approach, or lush meadows that gave way to treacherous bogs. Finally, after an arduous journey that tested his every resource, he reached the obsidian fortress, its dark reflection swallowing him whole. Inside, the air hung heavy with a cloying sweetness and the whispers of forgotten souls. Gareth, brandishing his ancestral sword, Oathkeeper, navigated a labyrinth of mirrored halls. Every reflection he caught was a twisted version of himself, a grotesque caricature designed to sap his courage. Fear gnawed at his heart, but the thought of the lifeless villagers spurred him onward. Finally, he reached the throne room, a vast chamber bathed in an unnatural twilight that emanated from shimmering obsidian chandeliers. Amara perched on a throne of polished obsidian, her beauty breathtaking. Her porcelain skin seemed to glow in the dim light, her flowing raven hair a stark contrast to the stark white gown that clung to her figure. Yet, Gareth saw through the facade. He saw the hollowness in her eyes, a shimmering gold that reflected not warmth, but a consuming hunger. Speak FB, profanity filter. The battle was a whirlwind of shadows and shimmering blades. Amara wielded her magic with chilling ease, conjuring duplicates of Gareth that fought with a ferocity that mirrored his own. Every reflection shattered with a heart-wrenching scream, releasing the trapped souls within. The air crackled with raw power, and the stench of ozone filled the chamber. /FB, profanity. Speak FB, profanity filter. Just as despair threatened to engulf Gareth, he noticed a crack in the obsidian floor, a glimpse of the true world beneath the twisted magic. With a desperate surge of adrenaline, he channeled his strength, roaring a battle cry that echoed through the chamber. With a single, powerful swing of Oathkeeper, he shattered the mirrored floor beneath Amara and Apos' throne. /FB. The Witch Queen shrieked as she plunged into the chasm, the broken mirror shards reflecting her distorted screams a thousandfold. The air shimmered, then cleared. The souls trapped within the mirrors were released, their whispers forming a grateful symphony that resonated in the chamber. The weight of their captivity lifted, they coalesced into shimmering orbs of light that drifted upwards, disappearing through a crack that had formed in the fortress ceiling. Gareth emerged from the collapsing fortress, the faint echo of the Mirror Witch Queen's defeated cry carried away by the wind. He carried within him the knowledge of a terrible beauty, and the chilling realization that even the darkest magic can be overcome by the unwavering light of courage. However, as he walked away from the crumbling fortress, a single, perfect snowflake drifted down, landing on his outstretched palm. Speak FB, profanity filter. Looking closer, he saw a flicker of something familiar in its icy heart, a fleeting reflection, a golden glint in the eye. The Mirror Witch Queen might be gone, but a shard of her power, perhaps, still lingered, waiting, a silent thread in the heart of a winter snowflake, a chilling reminder that even the smallest fragment of darkness can grow, if left unchecked. /F. The silence was the first trespasser. It wasn't a peaceful quiet, but a heavy, suffocating stillness that settled over Amelia's apartment like a shroud. Usually, The comforting hum of the refrigerator and the distant rumble of traffic provided a constant low hum to her life. Now, there was nothing. Unease prickled her skin like 1,000 tiny spiders scuttling across her flesh. She flicked on the light switch, but the room remained stubbornly dark. The apartment plunged into an inky blackness, the only light filtering in from a sliver of moon peeking through the blinds. Taking a shaky breath, Amelia fumbled for her phone, its faint glow a beacon in the suffocating darkness. The screen flickered to life, revealing a single unread text message. It was from an unknown number and contained just one word, stark and chilling: run. A knot of dread formed in Amelia's stomach, tightening with each passing second. Her heart hammered against her ribs like a frantic bird trapped in a cage. Creeping towards the living room window, phone clutched tightly in her hand, she peered through the gap in the blinds. The deserted street below looked deceptively normal, bathed in the pale moonlight. But then, a flicker of movement at the edge of her vision caught her eye, a shadow. It darted across the street, moving with an unnatural fluidity, like a predator stalking its prey. It wasn't an apos, T-human. The shape was too long, too sinuous, and it moved without a sound. Terror choked Amelia and Apos' scream in her throat. She stumbled back, knocking over a chair. The crash echoed through the silent apartment, a horrifying punctuation mark in the still. From somewhere within the oppressive darkness, a sound answered, a low growl, guttural and primal, that sent shivers down her spine and made her hair stand on end. Amelia knew she couldn't stay. Grabbing a forgotten letter opener from the table, its sharp point a meager comfort, she crept towards the bedroom door. Behind her, the growls grew louder, closer, a monstrous symphony of hunger. She threw open the bedroom door and froze. Panic clawed at her throat. The window was boarded shut, a single nail hammered haphazardly into the center of each wooden plank. There was no escape. The creature emerged from the living room, its form solidifying in the faint moonlight. It was tall and gaunt, its skin a sickly gray, stretched taut over a skeletal frame. Two glowing red eyes burned in its head, the only illumination in the room besides the sliver of moon filtering through the blinds. Amelia screamed, a primal sound of terror that ripped through the silence. She brandished the letter opener, its sharp point glinting uselessly in the darkness. The creature lunged. Amelia squeezed her eyes shut, bracing for the inevitable pain. But it never came. A deafening silence descended. Amelia peeked open one eye, then the other. The creature was gone. Had it vanished? Was it just a terrifying hallucination? Slowly, hesitantly, Amelia inched towards the window. Reaching out, she touched the boarded window with trembling fingers. And then, she felt it. A warmth. The wood beneath her fingertips was hot, pulsating with an unnatural heat. The silence was broken by a new sound, a rhythmic tapping coming from behind the boarded window. Tap, tap, tap. Amelia's blood ran cold. It wasn't leaving, it was waiting. The terror that had gripped her earlier was child's play compared to the chilling realization that had dawned on her. She wasn't alone, and whatever was on the other side of that boarded window, it was toying with her,